Government of Canada reduces immigration. From Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada news release. October 24, 2024, Ottawa Today. The Honourable Mark Miller, Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship, announced the 2025 to 2027 Immigration Levels Plan, a plan that will pause population growth in the short term to achieve well-managed, sustainable growth in the long term. For the first time ever, the Levels Plan includes controlled targets for temporary residents, specifically international students and foreign workers, as well as for permanent residents. Immigration is essential to our country's economic success and growth. As Canada reopened following the pandemic, the needs of businesses were greater than the supply of workers available to support their recovery. We took decisive measures to attract some of the world's best and brightest to study and work in Canada and to integrate them into the economy quickly. This meant a faster economic recovery. It also meant that robust immigration helped prevent a recession while contributing to Canada's workforce. In response to the evolving needs of our country, this Transitional Levels Plan alleviates pressures on housing, infrastructure, and social services so that over the long term we can grow our economic and social prosperity through immigration. This unprecedented plan offers a comprehensive approach to welcoming newcomers, one that preserves the integrity of our immigration programs and sets newcomers up for success. Canadians also expect a well-managed immigration system from the Government of Canada. The 2025 to 2027 Immigration Levels Plan is expected to result in a marginal population decline of 0.2% in both 2025 and 2026, before returning to a population growth of 0.8% in 2027. These forecasts account for today's announcement of reduced targets across multiple immigration streams over the next 2 years, as well as expected temporary resident outflows resulting from the 5% target, natural population loss, and other factors. With this year's Levels Plan, we have listened to Canadians. We are reducing our permanent resident targets. Compared to last year's plan, we are reducing from 500,000 permanent residents to 395,000 in 2025, reducing from 500,000 permanent residents to 380,000 in 2026, setting a target of 365,000 permanent residents in 2027. The Levels Plan also supports efforts to reduce temporary resident volumes to 5% of Canada's population by the end of 2026. Given temporary resident reduction measures announced in September and this past year, Canada's temporary population will decrease over the next few years as significantly more temporary residents will transition to being permanent residents or leave Canada compared to new ones arriving. Thanks for watching. Keep the eyes on the channel for detail.
Canada has announced several changes to its immigration system in 2024, including temporary resident targets. Canada plans to reduce the number of temporary residents from 6.5% to 5% of the total population by 2027. This includes international students and temporary foreign workers. Permanent Resident Pathways. Canada has launched new pathways and made changes to existing ones, including a new program for French speakers from select countries who graduate from select ELs, a new pathway for those with job offers in law enforcement in Alberta, a replacement pathway for the regular skilled worker program for skilled workers who want to settle in Quebec, a new category for express entry candidates with temporary resident status in Canada, a permanent entrepreneur immigration, a regional stream for eligible newcomers who want to start businesses in a province and settle there permanently, post-graduation work permit, PGWP program, graduates from public colleges in fields of study linked to occupations and long-term shortage will be eligible for a PGWP of up to 3 years. All applicants will also need to demonstrate a minimum language proficiency in English or French. Study permit intake cap. 2025 to 2026 study permit intake cap will include master's and doctoral students who must submit a provincial or territorial attestation letter. Visitor visa policy. The issuance of multiple entry visitor visas is no longer automatic. Citizenship Act Bill C-71, an act to amend the Citizenship Act 2024, was introduced in the House of Commons on May 23, 2024. It provides for a simplified citizenship renunciation process, strengthening temporary residence programs for sustainable volumes. September 18, 2024, Quick Facts **. The proposed reduction of temporary residence from 6.5% of Canada's total population to 5% will be reflected in the 2025 to 2027 Immigra Canada.ca 2025 to 2027 Immigration Levels Plan, Canada.ca 2024 Temporary Resident Targets. In March 2024, Canada announced a plan to decrease the number of temporary residents to 5% of the total population over T-Canada.ca. The major changes to Canadian permanent resident pathways in 20244 days ago in 2024, Canada launched several new pathways to permanent residence and has made major changes to existing pathways. The below table showcases these. CIC News.